Hello everybody and welcome back to Ys 5. I've already got all the best equipment that money can buy, so there's really not much left to do but go after the next dungeon. Oh yeah, we just visited those. Now, I know someone gives me a clue as to how to proceed, or maybe I could be just completely wrong. More likely the latter. Nope. So anyway, what you're supposed to do next is actually go out and find Mujaba. And he isn't that far away. Now, the desert isn't that life-draining. It's not like, say, putting on the evil ring in Ys 1. But it's still best to have the desert cloak. It's not like it costs much anyway. Punch fire! There we go. This is Mujaba, King of Misreading Intentions. You was in trouble, that's what happened. Adol, what are your intentions towards my daughter? Shows how little he knows. Adol's only committed relationship is to adventure. Well, okay, and possibly Dogi. But adventure, mostly. Hey, no probs, I'm gonna be out of here after this is all done with. Yeah, I kind of figured. Deserts are, never good places. We're gonna need some help before we try to cross rank 4 topography. Okay, that's fair. Thank you. Okay, normally there are some spaces in the desert that are full of sandstorm, and if you stay there for too long, you get blown away back to the town entrance. What this allows you to do is see paths where the storm isn't blowing and allow you to pass through to the next dungeon. Oh yes, I picked up the correct magic this time. It's not as powerful as it looks, but you're invincible while casting it and it hits all the enemies, so it's really good for building up magic levels if you need to. It's the light magic that's not the other one I got last time. Okay, you have to equip the Surge Eye, which means you'll start taking damage from the desert again. And see, there we go. It shows the blank spots where you can pass safely. That's the only thing you'll ever need the Surge Eye for. Amazing, isn't it? Okay, I want to try to get that treasure chest, even though I don't need to, because I kind of forgot what was in it. Probably some kind of element. Okay, it's pretty hard to get to, generally. The jumps are a bit tricky. I'll give it another try and we'll see what happens. Okay, and God damn it. One more go. You know what? Dungeon. Besides, I'm willing to bet the grapes in that chest were sour anyway. Kefin was sealed away. Probably for a good reason. See what I mean about hidden elements? A 100% run of this game is beyond my patience. Okay, so the Darkness Dungeon is basically a vertical maze. The first thing you want to do is actually fall down. This will take you most of the way to the bottom, from which you can work your way up to the other rooms of the dungeon. The monsters here aren't a problem. But the boss has some trickiness up its sleeve. While most of the chests in here contain elements, there is a chest here that contains something a bit more interesting. You can only enter that door from the back, not the front. Oh yes, whether by design or not, I end up exploring the whole of this dungeon. Sorry! By the way, even though we have the best equipment that money can buy, there is still a use for cash. That's one thing the later Ys games have generally been good about. There's never a point where money becomes absolutely useless. Oh, and here we go. The timer ring is an item that appeared in Ys 1 and Dawn of Ys, and its function in the game is to slow down enemies. I won't be using it here. The power ring is just way too useful to switch over to anything else. But it's still something to keep in mind. Okay, go down here. Make a terrible mistake. And have to climb all the way back up. Out of reach. Yeah, you can't jump back up on that platform and descend those stairs once you've jumped down. Yeah, the thing this dungeon mainly tests is your patience, as even the boss isn't that tough once you get into a good rhythm. Just kill stuff for the experience. I don't even know what the level cap is for this game. On either kind of levels, I guess. Okay, now I'm going to do this right. No, that's the entirely wrong way. So many dead ends. This might as well be a teleport maze. Okay, now I'm heading the right way. Well, all that wandering did gain me a level, so it wasn't a complete waste of time. Okay, here we go. Okay, Nightfinicus has some pretty feeble normal attacks. That may be just because I'm using armor and stuff that I shouldn't technically have yet, but that one is a bit of a doozy. Causes 90 damage, fixed, and it reverses your controls. For a variable amount of time. So you need to get in a good rhythm of hitting it once, then running away when it pops the confusion well. Its hands both have 600 hit points, and they regenerate if you leave them alone for too long. Jesus, why was I running away from that dark ball? Its hitbox is a little bigger than it looks at the corners. However, if you get the right rhythm, you'll lock it into popping the confusion well. And if you can do that, it won't actually summon its hands or do any other attacks whatsoever. So you're free to go to town on it like so. This may take a little while, though. For all of its other lacking qualities, it is durable. Down it goes. And the last crystal is ours. 2 of the crystals and we have 4, which means that's not good news for the Ibor gang, as they had one of the crystals earlier. So Gorman has probably captured Terra and her family. Still, our priority is to make it out of the dungeon. And there's a fairly swift way to do that. Just hop down here and we'll have staircases all the way up. And we're done. And I'm gonna make one last try to grab that chest up there once we leave. You know what? Forget it. I don't even need more elements anyway. Poke that guy. And now deliberately get caught in the sandstorm. It doesn't damage you, it just drops you back at the town entrance. Yep. Oh, really? Ys NPCs, gotta love them. Thanks, bro! Now it's time to show you why one of these monsters here is so nasty. You see, you can swing at it and hit it, but if it's doing its attack, it's invincible and will catch you anyway. It doesn't actually absorb your health, but it's still something, you have to watch out for. I said, watch out for. I ain't got patience for you people. Hey, new magic level. How about that? Okay, there's actually a bridge you could find very early in the game that's broken that actually leads up to this area. And after you've finished the Dark Dungeon and gotten the tunnel key from Mujaba, that bridge actually becomes fixed. And that'll lead you straight back to Xandria, pretty much. Just gonna blow up these guys first. Can't have enough experience. Okay, now we can get going. Figures. Haha, he's not getting anywhere with only 2 crystals. As you do. Yeah, let's pay a visit to Niana. Dagger mail. Extra service, but worth it. Not completely. Well, at least this note listed its demands, unlike the one in River City. Well, looks like we're in a bit of a pickle now, aren't we? Oh yeah, and this is a combat zone now, filled with enemy soldiers. So next time, let's just sort things out with Dorman and the crystals and the hostages and all that. See ya!